easily and with nearly no effort. To use present, I will use, let me use PDF. Okay. So we can zoom in.
Yes, but I see white screen, just white screen now.
It's loading. It's going to load.
Okay.
You're seeing it right now?
No, not yet. Just press reshare.
I think it's
Reshare
privacy.
the
I think it's a privacy issue. I don't know. We can use the slides instead. It's better.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I can zoom in.
You can just enlarge the photo if you would like. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's perfect like this. Yeah.
Okay. This is the first slide. The first step: laser cutting the material. As you see, everything. The only human effort we did, we extracted the files from Rhino, from Grasshopper to Rhino, then from Rhino to the machine, and then the assembly, of course. But in this process, everything is made by machine. Okay. Numbers and holes and everything is doing by machine. These are the holes that I've told you about. If this is metal or metal sheets or aluminum sheets, we can use these holes to put bolts and screws to fix it. Okay. How simple is it? It is simple. The surface you are going to see is nearly 2 meters, but you can see me holding it in my hands, the sections on my hands. Then I started to organize them by numbers, 10s and 20s and 30s, to make it easier to assembly. This is the cutting process. Then the next step is assembling and fixing. Because it's paper material, so it's easy to fix by, I don't know, by pins. It was easy to fix it by pins. So, as you see, in the middle picture, these are two surfaces, two triangles, numbered. Every number goes to the next, it's number 45 in the left surface goes to 45 in the right surface. Okay, that means it's on his right. The right photo should explain what I'm saying. Okay, then I fixed it with bend. I'll try to zoom out a little bit, and I continue to repeat this step. So I'm pro. Okay, hello, Chandra. Your mic is mute.
I think it could not be seen a perfect.
Yeah,
It's
Chandra, but I see it clearly. What is the problem from your side? You can.
Can you open presentation?
For him. Yeah, I can.
You can
yeah,
open
this is what I do.
Yeah.
I'll open it for him. Yeah.
I will stop presenting.
Yes.
Yeah, you will be presenting, but on my screen, not on your screen. So there is no zoom in and zoom out. Okay, what slide, Fahmi? 13?
13.
Yeah, now you can see my slides.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a privacy issue due to antivirus. I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Just ask me to move for the next slide when you would like.
It's the previous slide, please.
Okay.
To start over. Okay. Thank you. Uh, I have stopped. I have started this. This is the cutting. This is assembly, the assembly and fixing process. First of all, I get I pick up the numbers which makes me a row. Then I started to fix them together. How I did this? The plugin um, gives us numbered surfaces. So every surface and its extension, the extension has the number on its right, have the number of the right surface. So you can say this extension and this extension goes together and then fix. Okay, move to next slide, please, Hassan. Okay, I started to fixing surfaces together. Then repeated this process until I have the next one, please. Until I started to have the row completed. Not only from the sides, it's also to take the curvature. It's also fixing from the top. It's being fixed from the top to have the curvature, because it's like if you're having a triangle, it's the segments of this triangle. You have to put them together. The next one, Hassan, please. And the number 16, number 16. Eventually, I ended up having rows. Then I'm fixing these rows together. I made every row alone and then fixing them together to make it easier, because it's about 200.2 meters, so it's taller than me. So it's easier to make it like rows and then fix them together. The next slide, please, Hassan. The final result, we ended up having the surface having the same curvature as the original surface. Not only this, it took me about 2 days working 5 hours a day, not too much, for a hypercurved surface made by paper. Everyone, I think it's if you get advanced in Rhino or Grasshopper as a student, you can make even more simple prototypes of this surface for your projects. You can make projects, your own project, come to real from Rhino. Not only this is an advanced level, but in a simple way, Rhino is helping. Rhino will help you to make a maquette, even 3D printed, or even built. You can build it with your own hands by getting section and then build it by wood or even foam or anything. Yeah. This is our experiment. We are happy to share it with you to may inspire you that you can do anything you want. I think my time is over. I hope that I was helpful. Anyone needs any questions, I can ask any questions you want.
You have any questions, any clarifications for Fahmi?
Any questions, students? Any questions, please? Thank you, Fahmi. It was short and brief about cutting.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So the students would have understood how to consider each frame and tool.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Bala, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So before fabricating or before CNC cutting, we have to orient these.
CNC cutter. This is a laser cutter.
Okay. Before using laser cutting, so we have to orient this in a sheet, right? So what what's the component we're gonna use for orient these shapes? Like, do we nest these shapes in a complete sheet, or
You
I
mean
don't.
like arranging them in a sheet of paper? This is
yeah,
what
yeah,
you
yeah,
mean? What's the
yeah, yeah.
nesting process?
Like, how do we do it in Grasshopper? Like, do we use any extra component like for
For
orienting or
No,
for
yeah, yeah.
listen, Hassan developed the application. So he said yesterday it's a commercial and the researchers purpose for the lab. Uh, for putting the sections in one sheet, we have to do it by our own hands and make the waste of the material limited. Uh,
Yeah, data extraction is made using one of my plugins. The data extraction is you have your surface, like the surface, and then you import this surface to the plugin and the annotation tagging. Your question about nesting, we didn't do it because